Hey, hey, what's going on? This is Vili. Today I got Ray Zhang on the show. Ray got a really impressive background. He's here to share with us his strategies on land flipping. And this is a show you don't want to miss. It sounds so easy. I even want to start doing land flipping myself. So join in. We're so excited to have Ray here with us. Hey, Ray, would you mind to give the audience a quick introduction?
Hi, V. Thank you for inviting. My name is Ray. I'm a nationwide land investor and also a coach. So I came to the America about 11 years ago, trying to learn English and also, try to have a different lifestyle, right? So right now I flip land all over the place. I'm in currently 10 different states, about 45 different markets. Yeah.
45 different markets.
Yeah.
Where are you physically located?
I live in Jacksonville, Florida.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I learned about you and you have a very unique approach to investing. The stuff that you buy, I typically would walk away. So tell us more, like what does a typical deal look like for you?
I do infill lots, so I try to, make at least 10,000 on each deal. And but right now I'm doing infill lots, meaning it's very close to the city. You see a lot of houses in the middle of it. There's a land. That's what I do.
Do you have a buy box that you stick with?
Yeah. So right now I only buy land that are close to big cities, about 30 to 90 minutes away. So that's my criteria to buy right now.
Do you have a price point? Like, are there other criteria or just location only?
Yeah, there's a price point. I typically stay above 15,000 as far as the land worth or the land value, and I try to stay under about 300,000.
We had another guest on the show before, and they actually buy large amount of land and then subdivide them into small lots.
Right.
But your model is slightly different. You actually buy the lots that already subdivided.
Yeah, that's what I do, and that's what I teach, because those guys definitely make a lot of money. They do one or two deals for the year. They're set, right? But there are a lot of risk involved. There are a lot of moving parts. But for me right now, I just prefer doing the smaller deals compared to them. I think what works a little bit better for me.
So tell us, what's the smallest deal to the biggest deal? What's the range there?
Right now I try to stay at least a land worth 15,000, right? But when I first started, I bought land for like $1,000 and sell them for 2,500. That was like my first year, right? I flipped 250 of them my first year, and that was fun. You make a lot of money every day. You feel good, right? But that's not really a lot of money. So right now I focus on bigger deals. When you buy a land, you can double your money, triple your money, and that's a huge return. You don't have to do as much, but the amount of money is a lot different. So
what's the most you spend on a lot so far?
Right now about 70,000 for a land.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to increase that number, because of I talk to some friends. They only do bigger deals. Like they buy a land for 100, 200,000. They can sell it double price. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you go about finding these land if you're not physically there?
Yeah, so I actually send mailers to all the landowners in the entire county. So whoever own land in that county get my mail, and the mail has offer price on there. They can either accept that and call me back, or they can call me back and curse on me. So whatever they want to do, right? So yeah.
So you put an offer on your piece of mail already. Is it a postcard?
It's not a postcard. It's just a 2-page card, and they got a letter, and inside there's just my offer price on the second page.
That's awesome. So I'm assuming you have some kind of software that price the lot accordingly, because you don't want to put $30,000 or $5,000 lot, right?
Yeah, we have a system to follow, but I don't believe in any of the website or any of the system. There's a website called price.com. I really don't want to use it, because some of my friends use that and they have very disappointed results. So I never depends my offer price on software. So
okay, so you mailed the piece of mail to the potential seller and then they call you back, do you have a due diligence process of like, okay, this is what I want to buy, this is what I don't want to buy?
Yeah. So first of all, we want to see if the land is a wetland, meaning the
Yeah.
land is not buildable. And so if I see any land that are wetland, I would just completely maybe turn it off right away. And I want to call the seller and maybe offer a couple $100 and see if he wants it. If he doesn't want it, I'm not going to go into the deal, right? And I want to see if the land is landlocked, meaning there's no legal road access unless you have to cross the neighbor's lot. And, those land you can definitely flip, but not too much. I still buy them. If I have a deal like that, I just buy it for a couple $100 too. So
how do you go about finding out? Do you get a survey or how do you do that?
it's very easy. And you can just look at Google Map and then see the parcel. And sometimes you can look at the the county GIS map. Every county has their own GIS map system. You can look at there and see if there's a road to it, right? So as far as a wetland, there's a wetland checker. Just search wetland checker on Google. There are plenty of them. And put the address in. It will tell you if this land is wetland or not, right? So
share an awesome deal that you did.
I just closed one today, so I think it's pretty awesome. We're gonna buy it for $12,000 and looking to sell it for about $35,000. So not too much, but definitely pay some mailing costs, right? So
have you ever lost money?
I've never lost money in land, never. Yeah, because when you buy it right, of course, you don't want to just go on Zillow and buy a whole bunch of them. You have to look at what's sold, and then you offer about 40 to 50 cents on the dollar. And then when the offer comes back, renegotiate again. So that will make sure that you never lose money. And did I make a mistake? Of course, I made a lot of mistakes. Sometime I bought, wetland. I bought a wetland for $4,000, and then it was under contract for 5 times. And everyone figured out. I didn't know it was a wetland. And then the fifth guy bought it for $15,000. So I learned by getting paid, right? So yeah.
That's a better way to learn than by losing money, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So typically, how long does it take you to get through a deal? Like from the day you close on your buy, because you don't assign, right? You actually close on the land and then resale.
Yeah, so right now it's a little bit longer. And then because the market is not very clear and we're clearly heading to a recession of some sort. So right now it will stay on the market for a little bit longer. And it used to be very quick. I mean, you put it on the market a couple of days later, or even sometime the same day we get offers. So right now, pretty different market, about a couple of weeks to a couple of months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So having buying all over, I mean, every state has different laws regarding closing acquisitions of land. How do you tackle that? Like, that you have to go and find out how in each of the area you do business in?
This episode is brought to you by Buzz Vacation Rentals, a premier property management company in Houston and Galveston. Give Buzz a call today if you need help in managing your short-term and vacation rental properties at 281-549-8432 or visit their website at buzzvacationsrentals.com. Now back to the Real Estate Baller Show.
Yeah, so I tell people all the time, and a lot of people try to look at the big picture when they first start to do things, right? They want to know every step of the way, and they don't want to be unknown, right? The fear of unknown, right? So it's like driving. When you drive, do you see every corner and all the road at the beginning? No way, right? So you just want to see the next step and the next road and the next move, right? So the same as land investing. So for example, I mail to the entire new county, and then my first step is, of course, I chose that market. I start to mail, and then when I start to mail, I got calls, and then people want to sell their land. We put on the contract, and let's say I just know this. There's nothing else I know. All right. So right now we're under contract. What do I do? It's very easy, and you look at who sold land nearby. Who was the realtors who sold the land nearby? right? And then you give them a call saying, hey, Mr. Realtor, I'm a little bit confused. I'm about to close this contract. No, I'm about to close on this deal. I have this under contract. So what title company do you suggest to get this rolling, right? To get it close to my name. And then after I close it, I'll list the property by realtor like you, right? You want to give them some hope, right? You don't want to let them do things for free. And then good realtors will refer you good title companies, right? Call 2 or 3 of them if they recommend the same title company, and here you go. That's your choice. So put that put that purchase agreement to the title company, and close on that, and then you got your first deal.
Okay.
Right.
So do you have to go through a lender to finance, or do you even have lenders that finance these deals, or you just buy them cash?
Yeah, I buy it myself. I never use lenders, but I used to use investors' money, like my friends and family, and then I give them some percentage of return. But right now, I don't need to do that anymore. So
okay, so you started now. You did have to have good friends and deep pocket family.
Not family, but friends. Yes. Yeah.
So what's the largest, if you're comfortable to share it, what's the biggest profit spread that you made on a land deal? If you enjoyed this episode so far, do hit that like and subscribe button now so that we can keep giving you tips on real estate investing.
About 85,000. I bought a deal for 68,000. We sold it for 155. And right now, I think it's time to go after bigger deals and look at all my friends are doing. I always mention my friend. They have big impact on me, and I want to tell everyone that you have to select your friends very carefully, right? And I select my friends very carefully, and all of them are better than me in some way or another, right? So that I can learn and improve. And my mentor tell me to think that your friends don't have influence on you is the same to think you will walk on the beach without your feet wet. So there's no way you will not get impacted, So you will get influence if you don't careful.
Okay, so you're in 45 different states or cities?
County.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So, are you doing this all by yourself?
No, I have a acquisition, and then I have some VA. One VA actually. I pay him about $2 an hour, and we just do this all together. So right now, I start to coach. So I really trying to make all of them work. Coaching has a lot of work too. So much work for coaching than the actual land flipping.
Does it involve a lot of negotiation between you and the seller, like how you're in the house buying business?
In land business, yes. And there are a lot of negotiations, and negotiation is one of our methods' strength because, when the offer comes back, we want to negotiate again. And then we keep sure that we'll have a big profit and our money is safe too, right? So,
but this is all done on the phone, right? It's not like you got to go out to the land and look at it, right?
Yeah, I flipped hundreds of land. I've been to one of them. So
okay, so during the time when you own the land, you said it could take up to a couple months to sell. Do you have to do any maintenance? I mean, obviously you don't have to keep utility on, but what about mowing? Do you worry about people trashing your lot?
Yeah, I don't do anything to add value. So I got some people mad, and I do TikTok too, right? Some people mad. This guy never add any value. Yeah, this is what I do actually. I don't really do anything on top of the land, but I guess I add some value to the buyers, and without me, they couldn't find a deal. So that's the value there, right? So
you go and seek the seller who didn't even think they could sell this lot, right? So you help them solve their problem.
Absolutely. And people need money sometime, right? So
yes.
And what do they keep the land for? No use.
What's the complicated, like, have you run into complications, and what are those?
Nothing really too complicated, but sometimes there's some title issue about the land because sometimes people don't even care, and then they just don't pay taxes, right? And then their land get tax auctions, and the city took their land from them, and they got sold in the tax auction, and that could really mess up the title. So
Mhm.
there might be some issue there when you get your land sold at the auction, and the title might not be clear when the next buyer come in. Yeah,
Okay.
but nothing too complicated with this business.
You ever worry we're running out of empty lot for you?
Do I worry about what?
That you're gonna be running out of empty lots
I buy the
to
run
buy?
or run out of? Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, there are a lot of land. You can do this in multiple different ways. Like you guys do it in different ways. And there will be a lot of land for sale. And for what I can tell, for the next 5 to 10 years, I can still be in the business. But after 10 years, I'm not sure. And all the land investors right now, they know if they started about 5 years ago. And right now, it's a different market. Everyone is aware of the land right now, how much value it has, right? And in the mastermind we had a couple of days ago, one of the members said, he used to sign 1,000 letters. He got like 30 deals. No way now. You're lucky to get one.
So
Yeah.
what kind of success rate do you have? Like how many letters do you have to send out now to get a deal?
I tell people all the time, minimum about 3,000 every single month, but I do about 25,000 and sometimes 20,000. And I'm looking to increase that number to get, just in a bigger game and, not trying to think too small, right? So right now about 20 to 25,000 every month.
Do you mail to the same markets every month or do you rotate?
Yeah, I go to different markets. I don't do the same month. And if I have some deals in that market, I'll raise my offer price and do it again in about 3 to 4 months.
Did I hear earlier that you actually don't get a survey on these lots that you're buying?
Not really, no. Yeah.
So how do you know? What's your protection to know that you're actually buying a good lot or the right lot?
Yeah, we absolutely have to check. There are about 30 things we need to check before actually buy the land. And for example, we want to look at the Sasser website, look at the GS map, Google map, and Redfin, and to determine if this is a good deal, right? And we want to see if the land is in the wetland zone, or flood zone, or if that land is buildable, right? So the surveyor is not necessary if you do a lot of research. You don't actually need it. If everything is so clear right now, you can look at Google Map, you can see the map, you can see the lot even without even go there, right? So
what do you think, like for someone who's coming in and say, okay, I want to be like Ray and I want to go buy land still, what are the challenges that they would face?
They got to be consistent, right? So I just did a TED Talk and Instagram Live. And in the live, I talk about when you commit to do something, there will be a period of time that absolutely no results showed up. You feel like, is this even working, right? And for example, I became a land coach about half a year ago, 5 months ago. And when I first started, one of the things I did is I go on live and just try to talk to people about land investing, and nobody show up. Zero, right? I sit there for 30 minutes looking at the screen. Nobody came. Think about it. If majority of people might just think, okay, this is not working, I'm not going to do it anymore. And I just keep going, right? So TikTok is the same thing. And one of my TikTok videos actually hit about 500,000 views yesterday.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, thank you. So that the system works. You just have to keep working. So it's not the system problem. It's your problem, right? So
I agree.
Yeah.
I think people give up too soon, right?
Yeah. Keep going on one thing. And no effort is ever wasted. So do it long enough and somehow you'll be rewarded big time.
So with all this awesomeness, what's next for you?
I'm going to follow my friend's step and just trying to do bigger deals, bigger acres. That's the one thing on the land side. And also I'm expanding my coaching business, try to get it to more like hands-on. Right now I do one-on-one coaching. So that's a lot of time I have to spend on there. I try to record the modules right now so that I don't have to teach all the time, right? So
yes. One-on-one coaching is very time consuming, but it's good for your student because that probably would help them to increase the success rate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But they still gotta roll up their sleeve and get to do the work, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, get to work.
Yeah. Actually, I have some student, I tell them I will not move to the next section until you finish the first section. The actions you need to do, right? So I have some
Yeah.
student actually stuck there. I never heard back from them. So I keep following up to see where they're at so that they don't just give up on the way. Yeah.
Hey, so what is the one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you?
That's a good question. So I was a car dealer, so I don't know if that works. But I think I don't think too much. I just get it done, right? So that's my kind of my style, and my teaching style is the same. I don't really teach a lot of knowledge, and if people come to me and try to look for a lot of knowledge, I'm not good for them, right? I just tell them what to do. So in my course, it's the same thing. And do this, do that, do this, do that. You get results. That's it. If you want to read a book, a textbook, I'm not going to let you do that, right? So I think that's just my style.
So what you want to say is you're not a professor. You're more of a coach, like
Yeah.
a fitness coach, like do 10 sit-up, 20
Yeah.
push-up, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, because I have results. I know how to get results, and this is what you do.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Last questions. How does the audience get in touch with you?
I'm in TikTok or Instagram. The tag is Virtual Flip Land. So it's the same as here, VIRTUAL Flip Land, LAND, right? So
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, you should watch this other episode that we interviewed Broderick about land flipping. They both have different approach to how they do the land flipping business, but it's good to watch the video from a different perspective. And by the way, if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you, and see you in the next video.